Keith, thank you for chatting with us.
Yeah.
Just for the folks at home, I think we have a couple viewers right now. Hello, people. I got to go along on a tour with Flatfoot, and I always am admiring like Keith's gear that he brings with him on tour. And he was like doing a video on his phone, like, and getting paid for it right there in the van. So I was like, we got to talk to this guy. He knows some things.
Yeah. That's true.
You were controlling someone's laptop with your phone while we were like
crazy.
traveling miles an hour
like
through
James
Pennsylvania.
Yeah. I had like 3 different machines I'm like going into and stuff.
So how did you get started with Flatfoot?
Man, Flatfoot started, actually that goes back to really a friendship. It goes back to just being friends with Brandon Good. Me and him were great friends and still are. And I would say, let's see, let me think about timeline. I would say like back in 2009 we met. It was about 2009 or so we met, and we just started going to shows and stuff. I was in Rockford at the time, and a lot of my friends, we were going out to the city to hit different shows and stuff, and he would just be there typically, and sometimes like we would on purpose hang out with him and stuff. So just through those times, like around that era, I was always just seeing him, and slowly but surely, like we just we were kind of just friends of friends.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just kind of grew. Like we were starting to do a lot more life together, and we became good friends, like actually involved, doing stuff together, involved and stuff. And yeah, slowly but surely, like and then like relocating out here, I got to know Tobin very well. And it was really like within the time 610 started, between me, Brandon, Tobin, and soon after was Josh came in. Like around that whole era, like we really started doing a lot of life together. And so during that, like really, it was just like doing all that life together, just all the bands started forming. We were doing a lot of music together. Those were like the years where everything really just came together.
Nice. Oh, that's really cool. It sounds really organic. An organic way to get into something.
Yeah, it really was.
Were you in 610? Did you start in 610 around the same time then?
Around the same time. Well, I would say 610 started first, because that was like, so this was probably 2013,
I think so. Yeah.
Around then. Because that all, like, I know what's it called? Brandon was still in Flatfoot, and they were touring a lot at that point. And we had already started a band together, Brandon and I, called In Exile. So that was like actually the first before Flatfoot was talked about. Like he was involved in Flatfoot, and the guys were touring a lot, but outside of that, me and Brandon were doing a lot of stuff through In Exile, and just writing our own content. We had a couple buddies of ours involved, and those were really great times. We went on the road a few times, and but through that, like 610 actually started around that same time period, around 2013. Just as like it was really actually, the origins were a pretty laid back thing. Like we're gonna do shows, not so extensive like how Flatfoot would be like, but like really it's like a little bit more organic, laid back, and we're able to do like house shows. Flatfoot's a little harder to just do a house show. You know, you got gear and it's been done, but you know, it's just more work than like, you know, just friends of our, you know, us friends bringing our small instruments, you know, and coming and doing some like a show, you know.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Neat. Very cool.
So it was cool. Like I would say, and actually, I'll tell you what, the time really that whole thing grew was right after that. I ended up moving into the same apartment alongside Tobin up in Brookfield. And so during that time, that was really like some formative years for like writing music. You know, single guys, just being able to work from home, work on some music, and you know, we had friends who lived upstairs, and soon after Michael joined the band, who's the bassist of 610, and so like having that, like that was really that really like started the whole thing, you know. That really kickstarted a lot of the content that we even played today and stuff.
Oh, that's super cool. I feel like more people would be in bands together if they didn't live so far away. Like it's funny to me how much of like band life really is logistical, and money, space, time. It can really choke out what otherwise could really be successful.
Yeah, very true. Yeah, like getting people together, like that's like being in the same place, living in the same place really made it like really roll, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were cool times. But the Brookfield apartment, I remember coming over there because I worked at Whole Foods, which is about like 10 minutes from there. And the band house.
It's like the band house, really. It was like 2 glory years of like band house, and you know, it's really nice. It's nice to have that time period, you know.
I think Key and Peele, they started because they were like roommates or something.
Oh.
So they would just naturally write stuff. But yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they were like they lived together for a while.
Yeah, it really makes a difference.
The world is better for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. I agree.
Okay, yeah, so this is tech time. So let's do a little tech talk. So tell me about your backpack that you have on tour. It's not precisely tech yet, but it's like a piece of technology.
It seems techy.
It seems.
Yeah, it is. It is. Like, actually, I'll tell you what. So me and backpacks have a big relationship because it's a long forming thing. Yeah. Like I remember investing in a pretty decent one. It was a Chrome backpack. It was like a couple $100, and it was like nice and all this type of stuff. And it holds a lot. It was a big old backpack. So its claim to fame was, you know, you just have like 3 weeks worth of clothes that you could just dump in there. Like what I learned having that, like that was I took that backpack to Europe for the first time and all this type of stuff. But even being able to hold stuff, it was like annoying because it was one of those sacks.
Oh.
So you get this like, you know, you get all this stuff and you gotta get some at the bottom. It's like you gotta dig around all your stuff, or it's annoying, you know. But anyways, I think I found the perfect thing is the book backpack, like backpacks that can open like this.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Best.
Totally.
I didn't even think about that.
I think I have here.
Oh, great.
The book backpack.
I was hoping he would do this a demonstration.
Stasia loves books in general. It's like
I do.
Yeah. So she just bought one today.
It'll get me in trouble. I bought 2 this week.
It was
one online,
yeah.
one in a store.
That's the guy for on tour. Check it out.
That's the one. That's where it all began.
Well, see, the main thing opens like a book, so you can access everything. Look at that beauty.
It is a beauty.
Like, and even just like being able to get your laptop out of the back, the top compartment and all that type of stuff. I'm telling you, it's like airports and all that type. It's like the perfect backpack in my opinion.
You know,
TSA.
Stasia got me a backpack like a couple years ago for our anniversary, like really nice one.
Yeah.
Our anniversary's up again this year, Stasia.
Yeah, it's got a features like you could put it on a rolling suitcase if you want. Like it's got straps to keep it stable on a suitcase.
It's pretty sweet,
That's
but
awesome.
And I'm appreciative of it, but it doesn't do that.
It's not keys. Yeah, maybe that should be our anniversary gift this
July.
Yeah, taking the notes.
Does it have compartments for like little things too, like chargers?
It does. It's got some. It's like
I love compartments. So
it's got one big one. It's got one pretty decent size one up top, but really it's in here. It's got a bunch of different stuff, like I guess magazine thing. I've used it for my dirty clothes. I just like separate it.
That's cool.
Yeah, the other ones, I'll say the one I had before did have it, but it had that, you know, that was another one that was like a sack type style one, but this one's got enough just for what I do. Like it's got a front pocket for some charges and whatnot. Cool. But it's like perfect for what I do.
Perfect. Okay, so where did you get it? What if we want to buy one? Where do we go?
Chrome. That's a Chrome backpack.
Okay.
Yeah, typically I've stuck to Chrome backpacks just because they last. The quality of the build is just good. Like I had a different one for a while. I actually have a day bag too. That's another one. Here it goes. Hold on, I'll show you this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see it.
This one's the one
that tech in your arms. You gotta like put it in it somewhere.
Yeah. Hey, coming prepared really makes a difference. Like, being able to access what you need. Like, yeah, this guy is a Timbuktu backpack. But for this guy for a day bag, it's perfect. This is the one that's got a lot of different, you can put a lot of different stuff. Like, I don't know if you could even see in there. Like, I got a bunch of stuff in it already, but like you could put pens and whatnot, like little stuff. I got little like cards and readers and all that type of stuff. This usually is my go-to for like bringing my day-to-day. I usually do this because you can stick your laptop in there. It goes real small, or you could put a lot of stuff. You could unfold it and put more, like a bigger sack, I guess.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's nice.
It reminds me of how when a snake needs to get a big thing, it will dislocate its jaw so it can open its head.
Yeah, it's exactly like this.
That's commitment to your meal, to dislocate your jaw.
Yeah. Good point.
Well, let me get that real quick. Crack. Yeah.
These are good points. I never thought about that.
Yeah. And I think mice can collapse their rib cages if they need to that's why they can really get through anywhere, because they collapse their bones.
Oh man, that's insane. I don't know how they do that.
Impressive.
It'd be like little holes like this and they could just squeak right through.
Yeah. And I'll give you one more animal reference. Have you guys ever seen that video of the octopus that can squish itself one leg at a time through a little hole in a glass box?
Yeah.
Have you seen that
No way.
I will send it to you. It's cool.
I saw the one that Ozzy Man reviewed that was on a boat, like he was stuck in a boat and he like exited the boat doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Just one tentacle at a time and
just like squished.
Giant bulbous head and he's got slinks. It's like, wow.
Yeah.
This is impressive.
Yeah.
It's like animal tech.
Animal tech.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Next week. Join us. Okay, and now I want to know, tell me about your favorite loop pedals. Do you have any? Which loop pedals do you have?
Pedals. Well, I got some guitar pedals. Well,
okay, pedals.
I'll show you. See if I can lift this guy up. So wait, actually a precursor. So I used to actually collect a lot of pedals. I had a bunch of pedals. It's like, I feel like a guitarist thing is like, it's a black hole because you buy pedals and then you want to sell pedals to buy this pedal. And then you like that pedal for a while, you find new ones and you sell that one. It's just like back and forth always. But I had a pretty decent board at one point, but up until I found out about this guy. It's
Fresh up the
Helix. Yeah, this thing's like
wow.
This guy, like, it's kind of, it was controversial at once because at one point, because I mean, people who collect pedals and stuff like that, there's a beauty about buying an actual like pedal for the job, like an analog like distortion pedal.
Right.
It's got one job, it just does that well.
Yeah.
This is like, and so this is the digital route. And so before going the digital route, it was kind of frowned upon because like, one machine that does everything tends to like do nothing super excellent. Wow. But nowadays it's kind of changed. Like the whole game has changed where people who had some fancy pedal boards are just going this type of route because they have like amp modeling and stuff like that, and even what's called impulse responses. So what happens is people take actual samples of like a amplifier that's in a room, capture that sound, and like reproduce it on a machine like this. So because a lot of times people bring really fancy gear, right? to some venue or something like that, or even like a stadium. And, you know, it's up to the sound guy to mic it right. And so all your fancy gear is just coming through their microphone, whatever they give you, and through their speakers. So like, doesn't matter really how good your gear is. It's like, it could be an awful mic and it's like, it doesn't sound good. You know what I mean? So it didn't really accomplish its point. But with these, like, you could even just, that all kind of goes away because they have amp modeling. So basically it's like, it's already pre-recorded, like studio, you know, situations where they have like a awesome microphone capturing this amp that, you know, well-known amp or something like that, and like capturing the sound, that actual sound, and pretty much like embedding it into the boards and just sending. So instead of like having a mica amp, I could just get like a microphone cable, like an XLR, plug it right in the board, and it sends that tone right to it, like direct, you know.
Wow.
So it's like, it's pretty impressive. And like, even just the functionality you could get out of it, like, I could connect a computer, use it like an interface, so I could record through it. So like send stuff into a machine, into like a, you know, if I'm trying to do some recording, I could send stuff into my whatever DAW I use, which is like a, you know, like either Pro Tools or Logic or Ableton, send it right into there through here, you know, no need for like all this other gear. It's just like so functional, you know.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So what is that called? And like, what if we wanted to get one? Where would we go?
Okay, so these, you could get them actually, I'll put it down. You could get it. A lot of music stores now have them. Like they're pretty decently priced. Like there's different types you can get. It's called a Helix is what this one's called. And it's a Line 6 Helix. Line 6 is the company. This is the beefier model. It's probably like these run for like almost a couple grand now, but it gives you everything you need.
Yeah.
And
yeah, it seems like it.
There was actually a couple of events I did. Even what was it? I had to run audio for it. I wasn't even playing like on stage guitar or anything like that. I was just running audio, and I happened to have this with me, and some stuff, like some gear that like there was a bunch of moving parts. I'm talking about, there was like video, audio, lighting, all types of stuff, and we were actually short on some of the routing. We were just short on gear that we needed. This Helix actually saved the day. Like we were able to put that in, and I was able to just route audio from and to and from places straight through the board, and so it became like the day saver. I was like, man, ever since then I'm like, dude, I'm never gonna part with this thing.
So it's like help the networking, like connect.
Yeah,
like, kind of like a hub.
Yeah, it's like a hub. You could use like a hub. Like you could put multiple instruments that you could really, like, the functionality is nuts.
Man.
Yeah, that's fun. It sounds really versatile too. Like you could create different sounds and make a lot of really unique content.
Yeah. Yep. You can. But yeah, it's become pretty popular amongst guitarists and stuff like that. Even touring guitarists, touring musicians and stuff, they'll just go out with a Helix. They have all their they have all their electric sounds, or if it's like acoustic and vocal, you plug a microphone into it and you can put your vocals through it and stuff, and it sounds great.
That's awesome. Very cool. I wanted to make sure to ask you about this new kind of business venture you're doing. Like, what are you doing now with your time?
Yeah, man. So, okay. That's a whole that's a whole thing we just really started to embark on. So that really started. So okay, so for everybody who's probably listening in about what we're doing, we actually just started. We as in me and my wife ended up starting our own company and our own business, and we just decided to run with it because we were both we were both, I guess, in you could say we were doing corporate stuff. Like I was working at Northwestern University for a while, the past few years, I guess, doing just events. And I've always done a lot of audiovisual stuff. I've always been the guy doing speakers and running cables, making setups and, that type of stuff. Yeah. So even before Northwestern, I was freelancing. So I was working for like multiple different companies doing the same thing. From even just like even festivals like Lollapalooza, I've worked at, I've worked Riot Fest and, just done that whole thing. To hotels in the city, like, CEOs come in, make sure they're mic'd up and speakers are up and, making sure that all the AV is solid. So working at Northwestern was great. I mean, I've learned a lot at Northwestern, the past couple of years. They get a lot of money. So it's like, they have some of the top of the line gear and that not everybody's got. So it's kind of nice to have that experience. But it wasn't until recently, my wife, she does this kind of the preparation for the business part. So that's kind of what I've done, right? And Juliana, my wife, she for a long time actually now, she's been doing customer service and stuff like that at it's a HVAC place. So they sell heating, air conditioning, just customer service. Like it's totally been like the most boring thing because you pick up angry customers, that type of thing. It's like those calls and make sure like I don't know, invoices are right, but that's not her gifting. Like that, she's a creative. So like being a creative person just in this like day job, it's like you come home just like drained from it. So that's been like years of that. But her gifting though is the design stuff. Like, I mean, our house is a little bit like that, but you can kind of tell like she just really can take things and just make a space just feel like home, and even like event spaces, and she just really comes alive, like just dreaming up and creating a spot, like how it should feel. And she really has hospitality down, like when people are over, she knows to, she's got the water prep, like candles are lit. People feel just welcomed,
Yeah.
So like, because of that, she's kind of jumped into design stuff in the past and like working with people. It's always kind of been a shut door, like she's done it and then stuff just wouldn't go through. Right. And it would, or they would talk about it or just didn't happen. And it was just kind of like closed doors. Mm-hmm. And then finally, like it wasn't until recently, like I was looking at stepping out of Northwestern, and so everything kind of just came at the right time. Everything just sort of clicked at the right time for us to start our own thing, because my boss was talking to me kind of on like just here and there, basically, like still working at Northwestern. He was saying, he needs people for like certain events and stuff like that they do. There's a small team there. It's a huge school, small team that runs it. So it's like when there's big events, he needs other guys to come in and help us out, or like have the labor.
Yeah. So
he was talking to me like, you should just do your own thing and come in like that. Like, so you can come into the university and I could use you in those, in those spots. I was like, that's a great idea. So I was brewing on it, and actually things lined up where it just worked out. Like we ended up jumping at it. Like we ended up getting our LLC, like a business license, all this type of stuff. Oh, and so we have everything, like all of our insurance, all of our, all of our prep work, I guess. So we're like as official as we could get. So really now, like coming out of Northwestern, like now I've been done with Northwestern at the end of January. I finished up. So like once February hit, I was my own man. So this has been like these few months here, it's really been hitting the ground running, like talking to people, it's actually been awesome to be able to talk to people I've known, and even some people I know have referred us to other people that I'm now getting to know. And, cool. And it's been like, we're finding the balance too, because Juliana, she's coming actually as well off of where she's been working. So right now it's kind of a difficult like turning point because she's still there a few days. So it's like, so it's almost like it's instead of like fading out of one job and picking one up, it's been like here's this one job, you're picking up another one, and then this one drops. So it's like we're at the point where we got 2 jobs. It's like it's been a lot together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But soon here, but we're finding the balance lately of how to like service the people we've got. Instead of picking up too many things that you just can't, you're just like falling apart. We're trying to service the people we have. For her, it's been this lady who's got like a summer house, who's been redoing her place. And there's another lady that she's talking to, like redoing her bedroom and all this type of stuff. So like making sure those are done like well and excellent. Mm-hmm. And for me, on the opposite hand, I'm willing to pick up stuff. Mine are those projects are like longer span. Mine are like events. It's just like one-off nights or something like that. So I'm like picking up more. Nice. So we're learning that whole rhythm, as new business owners, I guess.
Yeah. That's so exciting.
Wow. Yeah, it's awesome. It's really cool. Like, and it feels pretty lively to just, it's also kind of hectic because you're talking to a lot of people, but it's real lively to be able to just like talk to people, mm-hmm. grow at your own pace,
Yeah.
Totally.
That's
very cool.
That's really cool. Do you have a name, or is that still
Yeah, we got a name. It's called Then Create. So it comes from actually it actually goes deep. It actually comes from a dream about like the creation process. So like creating, and like I said with Juliana, she felt like locked out of being able to even just create, doors closed and you're stuck in this like just monotonous cycle, I guess. Mm-hmm. And so anyways, it really started off of a dream, and it was really like the point of the dream was like, if you want to create, well, then create. Like the door is open. Just go at it. So from there, that started the whole business model. Like then create was the word. So that was the jump for us too. Like, you want to create, then create. Go for it.
I love that.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's inspiring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. So
let me see if I got a car. Actually, I'll show you.
I was gonna say, you got a website, that kind of thing, if people want to find you.
We do have a website. Yeah. We matter of fact, I'll have to send it out. Actually, post this, but we have a website now, and it gives we kind of put together basically what we do, what we offer. So those are our strengths. Mostly she's the interior design part. I'm the audio-visual design. So it's kind of taken both. And we go from events to homes. Like she's been dealing with homes. But even in the audio-visual side, like I've dealt with some home stuff, like installations, also like networking stuff. Like we've been able to, put in through walls, all the cabling to a house and, that type of thing. There was like an office building. She was doing all the design part. I did all the like tech part, like all the TVs. And so it's all a blur between like housing, events, and like just servicing all that. And actually churches is a big thing right now too. A lot of people who I know have reached out to me, like church planters and stuff like that. A couple of guys have reached out about their live streams, because like even still to this day, live streams is a big deal. Everybody's online, and you got like bad audio or like, just stuff that doesn't work. But or you have an awesome setup, but you have like 10 people each Sunday, trying to make it happen. It's like, no, it's too many people. We could just have one, like a few people, you push one button and magic happens, that's what I'm trying to come in to be like the technical ninja, for them.
That's awesome.
It's a funny image, like 10 people all in the sound booth.
Yeah. Moving the one fader together.
They've all signed up for volunteering, so they're all gonna have a hand.
Yeah, exactly.
That's funny. Cool. Yeah, very good. Josh, did you have a question for Keith? You had thought of one.
Oh, I'm
not sure how much time we got.
Yeah, I was trying to think of, I suppose, what was the first video game system you ever played?
Oh man, that's
I
would have to say I was a Sega guy.
Sega?
I was totally a Sega guy. Like first, I would say actually I think first was Sega. Yeah. Sega Genesis. Yep. Because I remember my dad actually, if you talk to my dad, he still says this to people about when I was like 4 years old. We had Mortal Kombat, which
Nice.
as a kid playing Mortal Kombat is crazy. But
my mom did not allow me. Although if it's at your friend's house, that's how it goes.
Yeah, exactly. No, we had it, and I remember I was like 4 years old and I beat the whole game. I was like 3 or 4. I could barely like walk, and I beat the whole game. He was blown away.
That's amazing.
That's really that's a great story.
It is a brutal game.
It's a brutal game, yeah. But I learned all the those moves and stuff.
Yeah, you gotta sling the hook and then yank him over.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. He's like, get over here.
Yeah.
But the hook is embedded in their flesh.
Oh yes, it is.
I've never.
Yeah, yep.
Yes, it is. It's
that is brutal.
It's brutal. It's really not for children. You should be at least 7 years old to go on to play it, not 4.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't take my example. Nowadays, actually, we just got a Nintendo Switch over this Christmas. So it's been cool. I haven't been ever since childhood, I haven't really played much video game. It'd be going over to people's places, but we decided, we were like, you know what, let's invest in the game system. And especially the Nintendo Switch, we were like, it's kind of similar like a Wii, where people got together and you just play Wii golf and all that, and people are just together swinging this thing, and so we wanted that type of thing, and so far it's been a success. We got Mario Party, so people come over, it's all of us just playing.
That's amazing.
We haven't done it much, but we had a couple kids over, and it was just it was awesome.
It's awesome, man. That's cool.
That's great. Cool. Well, thank you very much, Keith. Thank you for giving us your time. We appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for setting this up.
Oh yeah. We'll obviously repost this on our Facebook page. We'll put it on Twitch, and we'll put it on our YouTube also. And
nice.
Yeah, we can link your website and everything.
Yeah.
Nice.
Maybe we may need a part 2, maybe even in person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to.
That'd be great.
Would love it. All
right. Thank you very much.
Awesome.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, guys.
Well, cheers to them creates.
Yeah, cheers. All right, see ya.
Bye.